I'm Dave Hawkins. I was an engineer in LaSalle, came on board in 1965, the day before we got underway for the Dominican Republic, one of their annual flails. John McCain was...
He's fine. He's fine.
He's good.
He's good.
What was he? He was the commander of Amphibious Forces Atlantic, and he was a good chap to sail with, along with his alligators that stayed down at the starboard side port. Everybody fed that poor creature cigarette butts, and how it survived, I don't know. But I'd like to speak a little bit more seriously. I kind of keep track of what's going on in the Navy, and I left LaSalle and went to a LST flotilla in Yokosuka, and we were responsible for resupply Ts, PBR support down in the Delta, and some gunfire support on the canals with the smaller Ts. And I hit San Diego back for some PMS training once, and got there in time for the launching of one of the new LSTs that had the forks up in front. And I look back the past 40 years, and I look over there and I see the result of all the experiences that have been generated by the amphibious forces, and I'm proud to have been an LPD sailor. It is a good concept. Obviously the first 15 served pretty good, and the next ones, whatever proceeds from San Antonio onward, I think will probably be a bargain. I'd like to speak to the Admiral's memory here. We left Norfolk and went to Yokosuka and had a house out amongst the rice paddies. This was with a lady before this one came along. Through no fault of my own, the first one got taken out by a drunk, and I considered myself to be very, very fortunate to have two super wives. This lady came prepared. Her first husband was an LSD sailor, had been to Yokosuka, milked cows, played the piano, a good deal better than I do, and she didn't have to learn no new words when she married me.
She milked cows good?
Truly a farm girl and a marvelous, wonderful wife. But when my first wife and I were in Japan, living out there in the rice paddies, Bob Rogers came through Yokosuka, and I have no idea what he was attached to. At the flotilla headquarters, why I saw a lot of people. Some of you may have sailed on LaSalle with Matty Matthews. He came through, and the XO grabbed me and said, "Here, you're in charge of the captain." At that time, Matthews was ops boss for the Pacific Fleet. And I have not to this day have any idea what Bob Rogers was there about, but we carried him in our little Datsun station wagon out in the country about 15-20 minutes and up on a side hill, and we did that with regularity. Sometimes we managed it with just our station wagon, sometimes we had to hire a taxi cab to take the crowd that came, and we still have the big table so high that everybody hunkered down around, and my wife was, that wife was a very good cook. And
In other words, you learned the words, not the cook.
Throw away the key tonight.
Anybody with a lick of sense and observation can observe that I'm withering away to nothing. But I have fond memories of the commander being with us that evening. He was a good influence on my life. He probably could have bestirred me to be a better deck officer. In fact, I was an engineer, but they put me upstairs anyway because I had good vision and could run a set of binoculars. But he was a good man to be on LaSalle with, and was pleased that I encountered him later in the Far East. And so I have fond memories of your father, and I appreciate his company, his memory in my life. Been lots of good influences. Some of you are plank owners maybe, and sailed with Captain Winslow. I ran into him off the coast of Vietnam on an LST. I have no idea what he was doing, other than he got up from the dinner table and he went out with a 38 wheel gun and was shooting crabs in the water. But that was his style of retirement. So thank all of you for some wonderful memories. I hope we can maintain a reasonable degree of health and continue to come together, much to the efforts of this chap back here in Okie, for sure. I went to high school in Miami, I think probably Will Rogers, before he showed up on the scene. I was in junior high then. And Bob Boucher, and where is that Arnie back there?
Arnie back here.
I thank all of you very much, and Mr. Anderson for keeping tabs on everybody. It's a good group to be a part of, and it's great to be a LPD sailor. Thank you very much.